Welcome back to UAP Rant. This is episode 25 in the podcast series, and actually the last in the series for the year before Christmas and the new year 2025. So I just wanted to wrap up the series and talk about how to bring all this together in terms of understanding the science of UAP, and also reinstating the science that I've been talking about through the whole series, and develop a better understanding of steps forward in building four-dimensional thinking skills, because we've been relating our own research on orbs and rods and an interdimensional anomaly to UAP research and the five observables, and also talking about characters historically like Maxwell and his original Quaternion notation, and the fourth dimension of time as being scalar. We've talked about Maxwell's Heaviside's vector calculus modifications, Einstein's special relativity and space-time. So to improve overall our four-dimensional thinking, we're looking at learning to visualize time as dynamic, and I think the past, present and the future all existing simultaneously rather than having a direction, which is what Maxwell's original Quaternion notation was all about. So we need interactive tools like 4D models, space-time diagrams, VR simulations. We need to analyze patterns in space-time events, use real-world data sets from astrophysics, quantum mechanics, and specifically UAP studies to identify space-time distortions or patterns. And that's where technology's advanced quite a lot. And moving into next year, we'll be talking about some more field work and research orientated around adoption of more of this technology in terms of hyperspectral analysis tools, more broad spectrum tools for day and night time monitoring of UAP sites where there's a repetitive pattern like what we've been doing in the field. So we'll get into that in another podcast series. And multidisciplinary thinking is really important in all this. No person is an island. This is such a complex topic when it comes to recovering the missing science I've been talking about around all this. So combining physics, mathematics, the life sciences, chemistry in particular, and amongst all that. And of course, what I've been talking about, the whole science of field repulsion, which seems to be the missing piece of the puzzle to address the complex problems that involves time and space. So wrapping our head around all that to advance our 4D thinking, we need a comprehensive suite of tools and data analytics in terms of collection, sensors, artificial intelligence and data platforms for capturing 4D phenomena, UAP or UFOs in their various forms, from craft through to more plasma-like objects and light objects, analysis frameworks, simulations, physics-informed AI, training models and experiments to explore space-time behavior, and cognitively how we enhance ourselves in terms of our understanding through VR education, which is a specific focus of mine, and philosophy to train individuals in four-dimensional perception. So integrating these tools will enable a deeper insight into space-time, time as a scalar variable in four dimensions, and enhance our understanding of UAP in their various forms and how they work and function, and have breakthroughs in interdimensional travel as we become a spacefaring race. Now, just to finish off, I wanted to talk about Plato's cave allegory, which I think is really important in terms of our understanding of all this. So why is Plato's cave allegory relevant to UAP? Well, let's talk about what it is. So deep inside a cave, a group of prisoners are chained to a wall, and they've been there since they were children. Not only are their limbs immobilized by the chains, but their heads are also chained so that their eyes are fixed on a wall and they can only see the shadows projected in front of them. These shadows are what they believe is the truth, because that's all they've known. One of the prisoners escapes the darkness of the cave into the light of the new world, realizes that the truth actually lies beyond his chains and what he sees on the wall. And when he returns to the cave to free his peers and tell them this newfound truth, the other prisoners refuse to believe him because their reality is on the wall. That's what they know to be true, when in fact it isn't. It's only the shadows of the truth outside the cave. So in terms of UAP, how does that apply to UAP? Well, when you take something away from society, like our missing science that I've been referring to for the last 80 years, and the likes of myself and others in the scientific community and academia, and all the people coming forward basically at the moment is saying, hey, there's something going on here. What we perceive as our reality is not all that there is and all that is going on. And here's a group of people through a legacy program that have been developing all this stuff with our missing science. You go back to the people in the cave, which is the rest of the public, and say, oh, those shadows on the wall, your perception of reality, it's not real. I've seen I've seen X, Y, and Z, and this is going on. It's very hard for someone to change their perception of reality when you're trying to tell them that. They have to come to that realization themselves through, I suppose, a continued exposure, maybe something that impacts their lives personally in terms of the phenomena and UAP, and trying to understand that the character they play in the body that they're in is not their consciousness. And when they connect to their higher self, a lot of this starts to make sense. So that's Plato's cave allegory, which I'll use to wrap up the series here and let people think about. And I look forward to another podcast series in the future on some other aspects that I've got lined up in the upcoming episodes for new series. So thank you for listening to the podcast series, and I hope to see you again soon.